Hi, Dagobert here with Stuart Grice. Today we're doing the fishing report, Stuart.
Yes, we are, Doggy, because it is Friday. We're actually a day late, but yesterday was our big Boxing Day sale, which was on Thursday.
This is the last report for this year, I think.
It is.
It is. It is.
It is.
So,
But
guys,
Dougie, you always try to squeeze something in before the end of the year.
I do. I guess squeeze in a
Just like
seminar,
a seminar.
too.
Like a glorious seminar, but anyway.
Okay, guys, we're going to tell you all about it. We've had a lot of fishing reports because yesterday, Boxing Day,
It was
a
glamour weather.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
We've never had this weather at this time of the year.
No, it's very... This year's been a very unseasonal year, Dougie.
Been bad weather until now.
It's all been late, and it's like we're getting the good weather that we should have got in September or October. We're getting it now. It's strange.
Right. That's right.
But the fishing is current. That makes sense.
The fishing is actually, we're always fishing in the current, Stuart. Anyway, guys, the fishing's good. So here's the reports last couple of days, especially yesterday.
Yep.
So, Stuart, we'll start out, we'll start in close.
Yep.
Palmy,
spotties,
spotties,
mermaid,
small Spanish, cobia.
Yep.
Okay,
Still lots of
casting metals has been working. They come to the surface every now and then.
Yep.
Casting metals, float lining, and trolling pillies on pilly rigs, which didn't bring one up to show you, but you know we do it.
Yep.
And that's what I'll be doing. Mermaid, Stuart, as you said.
Yeah, mermaid's been really good. Couple of bust ups early morning, just on daybreak.
Yep.
Pretty standard this time of year, Dougie.
That's correct.
It's been good. Even with all that rain, the water's not too bad. It's been pretty.
And the
reasonable.
Tweed's been not too bad as well. But they haven't been at the gravel patch and they haven't been off Southport. Just a very odd fish.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go mackerel fishing, mermaid and palmy, particularly palmy. Okay, next, snapper. Okay, if you're going to go chase snapper, look, I'd definitely hit the 24s straight at the front of the Seaway.
Yep.
Early morning, give it a crack.
Yep.
You could use the canus jigs, you can float line pillies, or you can just paternoster and catch trade. There's a few trade around as well.
There is, yeah.
And a few
But
parrot.
Really quickly, Dougie, when are we doing this? We're not doing this tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be too windy.
That's right.
Exactly
Tomorrow's
right.
Saturday.
Saturday. So we're talking about the 28th and 29th of December.
Yep. So the good weather comes through on about Sunday-ish.
It does, yeah.
Monday.
So Sunday right through to Thursday is like, seriously, it does get up to like 10 knots or 12 knots a couple of times, but it's mainly 5 to 8 knots. Like this is unprecedented, got that word wrong. It's just unusual, guys. We don't normally get this weather. I haven't seen it in about 4 or 5 years. It's normally 40 knots and pouring down rain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Precipitation.
That's what I was trying to get out. Guys, so if I was you guys, I would be definitely taking advantage of that good weather.
Yeah, definitely.
100% true.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll head out to the 36 fathoms. Actually, before that, spanner crab's on the 50-metre line.
Yep.
We'll work our way down.
Just on the outside edge of the 24-fathom reef.
And particularly off Q1.
Yep. Which is around FAD 1.
2800 latitude.
Yes.
Okay, 153.32, 500 longitude. Yeah.
We'll take your word for it because we can't check.
Okay.
Yep.
So FAD 12B, the FADs are back out still, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Yep.
so 12 A, B, and C, straight A, 12, 12B, 12C, because there's not an A on it.
Yep.
Dead east of Seaway, 36s, lots of dollars around there. And Dougie, some pretty reasonable fish, mate. So
yeah, so the troll skirts, we said this 2 months ago. If you troll skirts and stop fishing the fads at the little dollies, you'll catch bigger dollies.
Yeah, that's right.
So up to 20 kilos, like 15 kilo,
Yeah,
10
good
kilo,
ones.
and a lot of bulls too.
Yep.
And guys are catching marlin as well as bycatch and catching wahoo as bycatch. So get those skirts out. We're just trolling little ones like this too, right?
Yep, yeah, 6-inch top size.
I'll let you show those, buddy. I'll show these little ones.
Yeah. Dougie, you got a couple of new ones.
Yeah.
Little buku ones. They're
There's
actually 5-inch.
a little project we've been working on for a little while.
Yeah.
We've finally got them all in, and there's a whole range. There's 10 different colours. These things are quite heavy. They'll hang in there, and they work really well, and they're priced very well.
Yep.
And as always, too, with our skirts, we don't charge for the rigging of the lure. We just charge you for the hook rig. Yeah, that's right, and the skirt, of course. And we do a discount on that. And they're ready to roll. Just go chuck them on the snap swivel and off you go.
That's it. Yep.
Other big thing, we've been catching fish this week and every day of the week.
Rig daisy chain from
that's what it
Pakula.
was.
So
Really
little 25 size, Dougie.
Yeah, there's a 15. That's a
15.
15, and the 25 is a bit bigger one, like a cockroach size.
Yep.
We've got both in stock and all the colours that are very popular.
Yep.
Give that a crack. So FAD 12B has been a lot of dolphin fish and a few marlin as well. And the bottom fishing has been not too bad as well. A lot of parrotfish and a few trade, good trade, and a few snapper as well, guys. And a few kingies as well. Yeah. So let's go now to the 50 fathom reef. So there's been a lot of good pearlies at this Stu.
Yep.
And Lancanis jigs, mate.
Yeah, Lancanis jigs are one of those things, as we said a couple of weeks ago. These were like the original. They've been out for 20 years, Dougie, really.
A long time.
Very long time. And there was a bit of a period in between that they weren't around, but others were. The others worked very good as well, but they're back and they still work really, really well. Out around that 50 fathom type of line, you're going to be running around 80 to 100 grams or 120 grams.
Yep, depending on the current and the wind, but there's going to be not much wind and there's not much current. So the current's been really cool. And it's been really nice. So, which is really good for doing this sort of fishing.
Yep.
Stewie, now the other thing that's happening out there is marlin.
Yeah.
They're good sized blacks, up to about 70 kilograms. And obviously there's been a few dolphin fish and a few wahoo.
Yep.
But big surprise, Mr. Onsby, Kevin would be exact with his name.
I don't know, I haven't heard this.
Well, okay, so my friend was out the other day, my dear friend, and yesterday actually to be exact, quadruple hookup on yellowfin tuna in 90 metres deep. And they got one got shark, one got snapped off, and they got two in, both around 40 kilos.
Oh, that's pretty reasonable.
Which is solid fish. This is the ones you normally get out on the shelf in just 90 metres of water. So, guys, if no matter if you're east of Seaway or north, they're obviously around, and there's obviously a bit of an upwelling out there. I haven't checked, but yeah, throw skirts. I got them on little skirts. Just little dolphin fish skirts.
Yep.
And lucky to get them in. Yeah.
I reckon he would have been running a VG.
Could have been
vanilla rice for the viewers that didn't
That's true. I see there's done on the wall there, mate.
Nationwide sellout.
The fish is safe.
There's going to be a lot of protected species soon. They've been catching so many. Anyway, hopefully not.
This is what I'm going to put up with every day, guys. Okay, so Stewie, jigging.
Yep.
So jigging is an amateur.
King is definitely. Look, late last week, the current was actually run into the north. So not much current. It was run into the north, shut down. Since then, current's turned around. Back on.
Back on. Fish are back on.
200 to 2 to 300 gram jigs.
Yep.
Longer, skinnier jigs, Dougie. Better for faster working, kingy style. Look, if you do get out there and you sound a lot of fish and they're not eating that fast jig, mix up your retrieve a lot. You might find an action.
And come up a bit higher. Don't think you're going to stop at 10 metres.
Yeah, that's right.
Come up 30 metres.
Yeah, 30 or 40 metres.
Wind fast the last bit.
And the other thing is you can actually downsize. So go a lot smaller, downsize your leader, downsize your rod and reel, and run a small little micro jig. A, you will get snapper and pearlies as well, but B, you can turn those kingies that are shut down into feed-in mess. I love it.
Sounds good.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it does happen. Yeah. Okay. So, further out, Stu, 120 metres. We talked about the canals.
Pearlies.
Yeah,
pearlies, snappers, all that stuff.
And there's been a few barcods, like quite a few barcod around at the moment. So, up to about 160 metres. So, look, the current's been, as Stu said, it was going north, but now it's going back south slowly.
Yep.
Definitely worth a crack on the flame snapper and the barcod out a bit deeper in that 280 metres or 340 metres. Yep. And maybe even to go at Jimmy's. But Jim's Mountain and Riviera Grounds has been a bit quiet on the marlin scene. It's all been happening between 100 and 200 metres deep.
More bait, more current lines.
Yeah. That's where it's all happening. Beautiful purple water. Perfect. Yep.
Yep.
So if we're going to go for trial, the trolling spots this weekend, if you're going to go chase dollies and marlins, going to be around FAD 12B area.
Yep.
Actually, a customer said the other day they're trolling, they got dolphin fish and dropped a marlin, but they actually had a marlin jump right next to them while they're just trolling along and nail a dolphin fish mid-air.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And didn't obviously take their line, but but pretty cool to see.
Yep.
Or up at around Spot X and out to about 200 metres northeast of there. Yep. Okay, I think we'll venture inside now. Yes. So Stuart, Jumpinpin.
Jumpinpin. What's the tide? Don't even know.
Okay.
Look, we've been working a fair bit, but anyway, lots of crabs.
20 days straight.
Lots of crabs.
Yeah.
Mouth of the Logan's definitely, and around Long Island's been a lot of muddies. Back end of Steglitz and like Cabot Street Point area. Try putting your pots on like the mangrove fringed lines. I think it is definitely law that your pot has to be submerged during the whole tide cycle. So don't go putting them way up the back of the mangroves.
In the shallows.
In the shallows. So it's only this deep at high tide. You won't catch many crabs because you're only crabbing for, say, an hour or two because the rest of the time is dry. And B, everything dies that gets caught in the pots, guys. So it is important
cooked.
It gets cooked in the sun. Yeah, that's right. So it is important. Those feeder creeks that you find in around the mangroves and stuff, find the deeper ones and put them around the entrances and stuff.
And those
like that.
deeper holes are normally on the bends.
They are.
Yep. So that's where you find one at high tide. If it's 1.5 meters deep, you're pretty well safe at low tide.
You'll be right.
Yep. Okay. So it is actually the high tide, Stewie, tomorrow or this weekend about 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's right.
Roughly speaking. Yeah. So I'll be definitely fishing for flatties. 100%.
Yeah. So I'd be looking around those like lagoons and the basins up the pin end.
Yep.
The mouth of Swan Bay type area, not in the green zone, the outside edge of it.
Yep.
And all of that type of area. Tank bank. Dougie, you'd like to troll because
I do. So
you like to sit down.
Shake, rattle, and man's one of my favourite troll lures. For mess tackle, I'd be definitely using these around Tippler's Channel area over the weekend.
Yep.
Trolled around the bedroom and around way down up the Tippler's on the edge of the banks, and probably western areas of Jacob's Well up to Slipping Sands. Yep. Give that a crack.
So we're not going too far away from the bar because we're chasing that clean water.
Yep.
So clean water generally holds bait as well. Dougie, I'd be up in the shallows early morning chasing those bigger fish.
Yep.
Bigger fish this time of year.
High
There's
tide.
a lot of whiting in the shallows, so they get up there and try to eat them. So you want to throw lures that look like them and little mullet and stuff like that. So little tackle house node, Dougie, we just got a few more of these just the other week.
They've been
lure.
legend lure for about 5 or 10
nice
years
and noisy.
Yeah.
Very noisy rattle. So this time of year, anything helps. And I'll be putting some bait pop on those as well.
Okay, one thing I've got to talk about was going to go backtrack to offshore. These are a new lure we got in, but I reckon if you cast these around the fad or around wherever you see any bait fish,
chasing dollies.
they're going to get nailed.
Nice and bright.
So Japanese lure, and they're a fantastic quality product.
Yep.
And they're quite a bit of weight to them as well for casting.
Yep.
Go back down to Jumpinpin. Okay, Stuart.
You've got a real fast boat, Dougie.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't really. So, guys, whiting around the basin, Stuart.
Yeah, definitely.
Unweighted yabbies. Fish the high tide early morning.
Try to get there earlier before the top of the tide and fish that last of the push up and fish quite shallow.
And you better dig in the yabbies at 4 o'clock in the morning to get that tide to get the yabbies so you can fish them up to the high tide.
Yeah. If not, cured beach ones work quite well.
Yep.
We obviously have them downstairs.
We do, mate. We do. They work very well.
Yep.
So a few tailor and jump in as well around the bar, and there's definitely been a few jewies on that high tide. You'll probably get jewies in the morning if you can get some live baits, mullet or whiting, pike, or if you slipped offshore. But jumping bars a bit risky.
A little bit risky,
So give that a crack. We'll come back down the Broadwater end of town now. Stu's has a few flatties in the Seaway.
Yep.
There's been a lot of jewies in the Seaway, heaps on that north wall. You'll get them on the high tide, but you definitely get them on the low tide and first to run in around lunchtime over the weekend, I dare say.
Yep.
You need to get some live bait though, live yakkers, live siamies, whatever you can get. You will get live baits occasionally inside the Seaway. When you see those bait fish on the surface in the Seaway and the running tide, they're yakkers, okay, most times.
Or small slimies. We do get the occasional slimies called
that's
little pillies and stuff like that. So
drop your bait jig down. Yep.
I'd use a little bit smaller bait jig than what you'd use offshore traditionally.
Yep. And with a bait jig, use a big, fairly decent heavy sinker. You don't want a light sinker. You want it to go shooting through them and they just jump on it. Okay. So give that a crack. If you're going to fish drifting with baits, you need to drift vertical. So a big ball sinker, like a 9 ball or 10 ball, fish vertical straight in the bottom, otherwise you get snagged up, and drift along that drop off on the end of the north wall. You get jacks as well, Stu.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Stu. Coming to the Broadwater now. Yep. So, actually, these sort of things in the Seaway, Stu, just down the Broadwater.
Little micro jigs this time of year. Dougie, show them off, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Look, this time of year, Taylor, Trevally, you get jewies on them as well, jacks on them. Anything that eats that little bait that travels with the tide.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to
emulate. That's it. Those little fellas like that, and just little hops on the bottom. And I'd drift right down the main channel from wave break heading north to probably Renai Bay. Just drift down that coffee rock.
Yep.
Give it a crack. You get parrotfish as well, and other species. Definitely cast the high tide in the morning early with like those big lures Stu had or soft plastics.
Yep.
These look pretty good, Stu. They have a new one from Fish Arrow.
Yeah, so fish those canal mouths on that last sort of push of the run in. Bit of nice water around there. There's been a few jacks around there too.
Yeah, so I like that red one.
That little red one on the bottom,
Yeah.
Lots of shine.
Good. Yeah, give that a crack. And definitely for flatties around crab as well.
Yeah.
Stu, you going to try that on the edge of the retaining walls?
Edge of the retaining wall, so Sovereign Island, Dougie. Retaining walls the whole way around it.
Korean Cove's good too, mate.
Korean Cove, that type of area, Paradise Point. Surface stuff early morning for the mangrove jack and trevally. We got some good trevally there this time at Doggy.
That's true.
Yeah, Doggy, yeah. And definitely some jacks as well.
Yep.
Taylor, bit of everything.
So, Stu, if I was going to fish around crab on the run out tide, the bottom of the tide,
Yep.
These are just to show a couple of different types of in the xerics, the little flash. What are they called?
Flat shad.
Flat shads. That's right. So there's two versions here. One is articulated, and one is just a fixed version. Stu, if you had to pick, which one would you go, mate?
We've already had 27 domestics about this.
Yes.
I'm going to go for the articulated version, the segmented version.
I'm going to go for a solid one. I reckon we have a solid fish off on this one, Stu. One day, and we'll.
That's fine, mate. You just name the time and the place.
Okay, deal. Remember that, folks. Stewie, Dougie. But guys, they work so well on flatties. We all know that.
Yep.
And we get rid of the hooks out of there, and we just put a jig head in there.
Yeah.
Away we go, Stu.
Yep.
Give it a go.
Definitely.
So there's been a few whiting up the river. Finally, they're coming back up the Rang River around Council Chambers or the Arts Centre at Hotter.
Yep.
At night time, preferably sort of 5 to about 10 p.m. at night.
Yep.
There's been a few good whiting up there at the moment.
Yeah.
Muddies, Stewie, there've been muddies at the Logan River, Pimpamar. You got some the other day, buddy.
Yeah, Coomera up around
Oysterless.
Coombar Creek. Yeah.
Yep.
It's been not too bad.
Yep, not too bad. So a few muddies around, and there's a few big sandies starting. The water's just starting to clear up.
Yeah.
And as long as this rain stays away, I'm guessing by the end of next week, there'll be some really good sand crabs around.
Should be, yeah. We should be about third or fourth.
Mark my words. Big ones. So sandies as well. Other than that, the broadwater's probably about it, I think. A few jacks in the canals. The canals are starting to clear up. It's still dirty, though.
Yep.
Still dirty. And the hens are still flowing over. It's 102.6%, I think, this morning.
Yeah.
So it's still flowing over the spillway, which means that there was still dirty water on the south side of Waybreak coming out of the rain. Yeah. Stewie, anything about the Hins Dam fishing, mate?
Hins Dam, Dougie, you've got a couple of surface lures.
Yeah.
Bit of a trend this time of year, but it is a trend this time of year. So, look, little surface lures, anything that looks like a little cicada or a bug that can land on the surface and float, jig that slack, or very slowly wind, they'll walk and look like any little fallen bugs out of those trees. And Dougie, we got wind in the next couple of days, so there's going to be a lot of trees with bugs in them.
Hot northerlies, and that's what the bass love.
I love it.
I love it. So the weather, as we said before, Saturday it's going to be howling, which is tomorrow. Sunday looks fantastic.
Yep.
Monday looks not too bad. Tuesday, Wednesday, fantastic. Even Thursday looks not too bad in the morning. So we just don't get this, as I said earlier.
That's right.
Take advantage of it. Enjoy that with your family and kids and mates and have a fat time.
Yeah.
And go for it and have a great New Year's. Now, before we go any further, real quickly, Stewie, we're doing pelagic seminar again. We're going to cover the basics on marlin, dolphin fish, and tuna, but we're definitely going to start to cover a little bit on mackerel fishing, Stu.
Yeah.
But we'll do a proper mackerel seminar in January. But
offshore trolling.
Yeah, it'll get you going. Trolling and bait fishing, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so, and lures. Yep. So if you want to book in for that, just give us a call the shop. Over the next couple of days, I reckon it'll be gone really quick. We're going to try and start it earlier at 6 p.m. on the Monday, which is next Monday. So because most people are on holidays, I think, Stu. Is it for us?
If they've got a good boss, they're on holidays.
Well, terrible boss I am. So, guys, get in.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, call the shop tomorrow. We'll be open again tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Don't you say?
I'll be here at 8 o'clock. Don't you might be here at 10. Anyway, guys, thank you. That's this week's fishing report. And
guys, have a really safe New Year.
Yep.
And we've got a lot planned for 2025 in the fishing scene. We're going to help you guys out, so you can become even better fishermen than you are now.
I hope you do, Dougie.
Well, I was waiting for that. Yeah. See you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
See
Bye.
Bye-bye.